Hello, welcome to the Ride Live episode 4 here. Welcome to Giltrap Skoda in Newmarket. Thanks for having us. It's the first time we've all been together since the Ride Live #1. And the first thing that we've got to notice is new ring.
Oh gosh.
Paige
This was not on the agenda.
Paige
Wasn't on
is
the run sheet.
engaged. We just want to know one thing, don't we, Tim?
Yep. What?
Does he ride?
Or little kids' bikes, BMX.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So
Not anymore.
you're a trackie, he's a BMX, so
Yeah.
you have like little single-speed gravel babies.
little unicyclists.
Hopefully not.
Okay, not appropriate for this discussion, but congratulations, Paige.
Oh, thanks, guys.
It's very exciting.
Good.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our thing by doing the liking and subscribing. And coming up on this episode of The Ride Live, we are going to review the GP5000 tyres, correct?
We are.
That you unboxed so successfully and fitted such a little while ago. We've got some unboxings here. Not only these wonderful Bell helmets, but some little tricks you got from Aliexpress and
Absolutely.
a mystery unboxing as well. We are going to talk about cycle safety, as we do like to. We're going to also talk a little bit about, well, Tim's Instagram, as we always do.
Oh, such a good
Hot topic.
subject. Such a good subject.
First thing I'd like to do is ask you about these GP5000s.
Yes.
So what was the story?
So fantastic. So we unboxed the GP5000s when they actually came in. They are tubeless. So we did a video of getting these suckers onto the wheel, onto a set of my rims.
Road
and
bike?
Onto a road bike.
Road bike
Yep,
rims.
road bike.
Okay.
Fill them up with gunk, and then I've been riding them since then.
Okay.
And
Punctures?
Before we get onto
okay.
before we get onto the verdict on those, so
Yes.
just a bit of background. The GP4000 is probably the most popular road cycling tyre
Yeah.
that there
I-
can
I-
be.
I
Yeah.
use those,
Solid
yeah.
workhorse. You
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
them. I use them. We've all used them. We all know what a GP4000 is. Pretty good tyre. So
but they've never been tubeless.
Yeah.
then, so this is a new iteration. And
Absolutely.
we had a viewer come back to us and say, "Oh, I saw the fitting now. You've got to tell me what are these things like before I shell out my $100 each or whatever they are."
Yeah, so they are quite an expensive tyre. The GP4000s, they have been the best tyre. So moving to the 5000, it had to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Now I can't actually say that I can tell much difference between them, apart from the fact that they are tubeless. So I can run lower pressures in them,
Okay.
and I haven't had one single puncture
In how
since
long?
fitting them. So I think we fitted them a good few months ago, must be 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh,
So you would have done at
And
least
I rotate,
60,
so I've got
70
two
Ks
sets of
in
wheels.
that time.
Yeah, 2 sets of wheels.
The odd K,
that,
yeah,
go
like,
go
yeah, slotted in there.
Yeah, so I've got 2 sets of wheels. One's got a set of GP4000s, the other one's got the 5000. The 5000s haven't worn out quite as much
Oh, okay.
as the 4000. Again, no punches. I have had a puncher on the 4000, and they've just been a really fantastic tyre. They're coming into
Workhorse.
winter now, so I'll see how long they will go. Generally, the tread is still there, so the back tyre is slightly more worn than the front, but generally, it's an outstanding tyre.
Love it.
Just as fast? Does it feel fast?
Well, I think as I've got a little bit slower, they've got a little bit faster. So yeah, I think
It's evened
good.
out.
yeah, it's evened it out.
Excellent.
It's definitely evened it out.
Time to do an unboxing. Here we've got this
Ooh.
beautiful Bell helmet. It's a Bell 6er. So we've got 2 of them here today. Here's one for you, Tim. Here's one for you,
Oh,
Paige.
very nice.
Oh.
Let's have a look at this. Can you guys start to unbox these babies while I tell you a little bit about them? So the Bell 6er is well known to mountain bike riders. It is the solid sort of mid to upper range Bell helmet for mountain biking. About $150 US for each of these. And look at the 2 colorways we've got. That is a gorgeous orange and
That
graphite.
is
Oh, I like
matte.
that. I quite like the matte colours.
Blue,
That's
yeah.
And that
pretty
is a
cool.
sexy matte white. And this
Yeah.
one is the Fast House collab. So if you show us that one, Paige, that is a collab
It's a
with
nice fit.
famous motorcycle company Fast House.
I think that's cool. I love collabs these days because like brands bring out more and more of the same, it's this kind of same set of colours or a different season, different colours. But when they match it up with another one, for the consumer, like it's kind of like that blending, which is quite cool.
Yeah. Now this helmet has adjustable visor. Would you like to show us that adjustability?
Oh,
Yep.
so what are you going
That's
to use
up.
that for?
And down.
Don't scratch it with that big rock.
Ah, so you put your goggles here, do you? Is that what real mountain bikers do?
Yep. It's also got a GoPro mount on the top or any sort of camera mount at the top
Yeah,
there.
love it. It comes here. Here's the camera mount. So
So you can actually mount a light as well, so it's not just the GoPro.
Oh, really?
Not just the action camera.
Oh, love it.
Also the light.
But
that
you
goes
would
on it
use
too.
the action camera for the
Absolutely.
Instagram, right?
More
Yeah,
Instagram
nice.
pictures, the better.
And as you'll know, if you watch the ride live with any regularity, we love our mips. You'd like to show us the mips on the inside of that there, Tim? Takes a little bit of, normally the mips is a lot more visible, but this is just a couple of tiny little yellow highlights you can see in there.
So the MIPS is actually orange in this, so
It's on
the
the
actual
outside,
cage is the orange part.
And if you've never seen us talk about mips before, it means that if you get a tangential knock to the helmet, instead of twisting your head off, you actually get some twisting movement inside the actual helmet.
I think you might need to try this one. I've got a massive noggin.
So there we go.
We
And there
knew
you go.
that.
So it's about $150 US and
You can actually feel the mips inside it if
about
you...
410 grams.
Oh, it wouldn't be a
410.
ride live without John in a helmet.
Yep, there we go.
You suit that one, I like
Thanks.
it.
There you go.
Yep.
Graphite and orange.
Does
Nice.
your thing go up too? Your adjustable?
Your
Of course.
thing. Are you getting really technical on this now?
Watch out with the terms.
Now, Tim, I believe we've got another unboxing today, which you have brought
We
along to
have.
show us, and it's something completely different.
So, here at the ride, we're not just about expensive products from the biking industry. We also are like the average cyclist, and we like to get a bargain.
Are you calling me average?
No.
What's the bargain?
So this is a rear LED tail light from Aliexpress. And would you like to have a guess at how much this little puppy cost me?
Okay.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Okay, hold on.
okay.
No, we need to be honest here. What do we think it's worth?
What's your normal
gonna-
bike like?
yeah,
cost
look, I'm
you?
gonna go
Local bike shop.
Oh, 80.
$80. Well, if you want a good one, if you want
Yeah,
a
yeah.
proper,
Where do you shop?
you know,
No,
know,
seriously.
maybe-
if you were to
maybe
get a bike like
waterproof?
that, you're probably 35.
Okay.
Yeah, to
35.
55.
All right. Well, let's just
let's
have
check
a
out the
little
brightness, shall we?
look at.
I like the design. So, ooh,
Oh,
very nice.
Okay.
That's-
Now this little beauty comes in the circular version. You can also get a love heart, if you so desire, or a dog bone.
so I'd probably get the love heart.
dog bone. Of course. What style shall we make?
Is that because people always...
Round, love heart. We better do the dog bone. Everyone's going to want
You
that.
you'd get
let's
the
do a
dog bone because
break.
we'd always be chasing it, is why.
Absolutely. So it has a couple of different modes on here.
Wow.
Ooh. I have absolutely no idea whether this thing is waterproof, and
It doesn't look
I
it.
am.
Bit of a look.
Have a
So
little
wait,
look
how did
there.
you even come across this?
Well, I found it. I was searching bike lights on AliExpress and found this.
Hold on, are you going to tell the viewers that this is rechargeable?
This is a rechargeable mini USB
Oh, it is too.
LED rear tail light, unconfirmed waterproofness for $5.38 New Zealand.
Including postage, right?
Free postage.
That is ridiculous.
$5.
I tell you what, your
It's
new bike
almost-
shop, AliExpress.
It's almost worth a try.
And-
But only
It is.
almost.
And unlike the others, it comes with a Velcro strap, which you don't often see on a light.
No,
It's
these
usually a
days-
bit of rubber band or
Yeah.
something else like that. So you can fit that onto the back of your seat post. You could put it onto the back of your helmet. Round
Yeah,
the back
true,
here.
like it.
You could stick it on the front if you want to fool people into think you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you next week on the Ride Live, episode 5, and you can tell us whether you
It's
got
waterproof.
$5, whether you got $5 of use out of that.
Or whether I should have just bought a coffee.
No,
in
yeah,
the
hold
wet.
on. So I want to know if it's waterproof, and then I also want to know how long the battery life lasts.
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I tell you what, I got a couple of small ones, thinking, oh yeah, just commuter ones. I have to charge them every day. It's a nightmare.
But you don't really go out
Okay.
that long, do you?
No, no, no.
For rides?
This is for my commute, 15
Oh, right,
minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
Right, time now to go on to rants and raves here at the Ride Live, and I think we've got, I don't even know whether this is a rant or a rave that you're going to bring us, Paige.
Okay, we've got a rave. Mostly we're raves, don't we?
Yep.
We're pretty positive. I'm going to go on about the Cycling New Zealand calendar. Has just been announced for 2020. A real rave is that the road cycling champs have been moved to February, 14th to the 16th of Feb, and they're going to be run in conjunction with the Ride Festival. and that means that like it's a festival all about cycling. So it's from all abilities, community right up to elite. And all the riders are actually raving about this too, because it's going to bring in an absolutely like high-end, elite, pro level field. Beforehand, it was early Jan, and it just meant that those riders, like, they're trying to spend time with their family in the off season, trying to get in heaps of Ks, ready for the classics to start again, as we've just seen. And so by bringing it to later in Feb, I think we're going to get a better field, and it's going to be some awesome watching. And it's moved from Hawke's Bay up to Cambridge.
So for background, this is the Elite National Road Cycling Championships, normally held January sort of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, depending on where the weekend falls in there. Now moving to the mid of February. And I would be worried that some of the big elites who come home for Christmas and stuff might already have commitments overseas in Europe. But what's the response been from those guys?
No, they've all been super positive. So they sort of leave late Feb. So the idea is that this is a weekend or two before that. So they've trained up, training's gone well over summer, done plenty of Ks. They do the national champs, and then they can head overseas with the national jersey if they win. So
Great.
yeah.
Well, and for any commentators that might be there, it means it's less of a journey as well, I suppose.
It's quite convenient, and I would like to say, as one of the commentators along with Julian Dean of that event for the last 3 or 4 years in Napier, I am available next February.
Oh, you haven't had to call
Well, the trouble is, a new city, new organiser, new organisation. The whole race will be different. No guarantees at all that they'll want the same people to do the television coverage, whether they're even thinking about putting some money in for television coverage, and whether they'll want Julian Dean, top New Zealand pro, and me, just a guy, back again next year, but available.
Well, use this platform to bend people to your needs.
I just have.
Right.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's a good rave.
So good news.
The rave I want to do is some cycling research that's come out recently, which I found they've done in Canada, where I think they've banded together with a manufacturer of a cycling clothing. It's called Arrowwear. But what they found is that cycling safety is increased. Drivers will give you more room as they pass if there's a little bit of communication along with the high vis.
Okay.
So that doesn't mean
stick your finger.
Doesn't mean like this.
That kind of communication.
The communication they're talking about.
I thought you meant.
Is this company makes jackets with an arrow, a big arrow on the back.
Big chevron.
It's a big chevron pointing away, pointing to the middle of the road, saying, "Hey, go move, go wide."
Yeah.
And so they make high vis jackets with a big reflective arrow on the back, and that communication, that little bit of information that's coming, because it's designed to be like a road sign. So the sort of thing that drivers are used to seeing on the road, a direction. So it's a clear direction as well as just, you can see me.
Yeah.
This is saying, you can see me, now don't hit me. Go around. And apparently that does have the effect of making drivers go wider. So that's really interesting. But at the same time, in Australia, this rider, hopefully we're going to have the picture up now, has taken the worry out of the equation. Doesn't matter if he's being seen. He's got a high-vis pool noodle that he's attached to the back of his bike.
For people who don't know what a pool noodle is, what is a pool noodle?
You know what a pool noodle is. A long piece of foam that you...
Usually with a hole through it.
With a hole through it, so you can
suck, blow it.
You can suck, if you've got cyclist lines, you can suck up water and make a fountain. But they're about 1.5 meters long. So they are exactly the distance that you should require a car. So he's got it sticking out to his right, and then cars have to go around it.
Yeah,
I think it's...
genius.
It's not very aero, but it's genius.
Yeah, well, it was genius, but do you not think that was asking for retaliation?
You're asking for someone to come along and give it a swipe.
Yeah, correct. I reckon you just have drivers come down with their window down and just be like, boom.
Yeah, or a broom. Just put a broomstick.
Well, the good thing is
trowel on the end.
Yeah.
That Tim is not only going to try those lights out, but he's going to try a pool noodle all this week. And on the Ride Live episode 5, we'll hear back about that.
Love it.
As long as I'm not in A&E.
It's time for the mystery unboxing.
Ooh! I've not done a mystery unboxing.
So I think
mystery one was
very interesting.
Emma's going to bring a mystery item into us, and he's going to throw it.
Oh no.
And Paige, would you like to
I know what
give it the old mystery unbox?
Well, our last unboxing was somewhat interesting. So here we have our next one. So the Hornet CLUG, that's what it's called. And it says the world's smallest bike rack.
Have you used one of these?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, let's
have a look.
Okay, well, we'll open it.
So it's a small one. So
yeah, I can help.
Yeah.
Because I've seen how it's packaged while you were holding it.
For it.
And I've got the fingernails for this job. Do you know anything about this?
I actually have one. I have
well,
one. I think it
actually-
started on Kickstarter or something like that.
Oh, really?
And the first ones that came
Sorry.
out, my wife actually bought me one.
Okay, so I actually just use hooks from Kmart for racking my bike up on the roof. So this is apparently...
Well, you've been an idiot. You should
yeah,
be using
correct.
one of these.
That's what I mean. This is obviously the next best thing.
Have you tried it yet, Tim, at home?
Yeah, it is fantastic. So
reckon?
what
Whoa,
it
whoa,
is,
whoa.
it's
Oh,
like
it's
a
very
little
flexible.
C-clip that you
Is that it?
attach
Is it on
to the
properly?
wall. Yeah. There we
Hold
go.
it still.
There we
Ian's
go.
trying to get a good shot of it.
There we go. That's it in. Can you see that, Michael?
You attach that to the wall.
So you attach that to the wall, and then you make sure it's the right height. So your
Yeah.
bike, the back wheel stands on the floor,
Okay,
and
so
then
it
the
can't
front
come-
wheel comes in, and it just holds that front wheel there, so it will just stay against the wall and out
So
of the way.
the front wheel doesn't move and the bike falls?
No, absolutely not. No. Once
So-
it's in there, it's got a it's pretty solid, and then as long as it's not hanging. So if you have it
Okay.
hanging, it will just pull out and drop on the floor, which I didn't do.
It also doubles as a pool noodle holder.
A pool noodle holder.
Pool noodle
We could
holder, very
attach
good.
that
You
to the
just-
back of the bike.
So,
Pool
and
noodle.
I'm just seeing here that there's different sizes too.
Yeah.
So if you've got a road bike, this
Oh,
is
right.
a small.
So
Okay.
for 23 or 25 mil tyres,
yeah.
if you're
That'll
doing
do.
gravel, you want your
Probably-
28, your 32, you get a bigger
I'm
one.
not sure whether that fit a 28 actually.
So,
I think you
okay,
might
but
need
it
a
has to
medium.
be on the ground. Mine are up in the air at home, so this wouldn't work.
No.
No.
No,
But I
not
can
unless
move
you
it to
built a
the
little
ground.
platform
Ooh.
to sit it on.
Yeah,
and then
nice. Love it. That's Kiwi ingenuity.
Yeah,
That is.
this is good.
Just
Tim-
make it
Tim's
work.
good.
got
This
it.
Just make it work.
It's almost time to go here at the Ride Live episode 4. It's almost time for us to thank Giltrap, Skoda and Worralls. But before we do that, as is our tradition, we want to find out what's happening on Tim's Instagram, where he posts the most ridiculous photos of people wearing blue and riding. So today's
Ridiculously
picture
awesome.
is here. Now, I've got a massive issue with this picture, as always. I mean, who is that in that blue
Oh,
kit
there's
in this picture?
Oh, that'd be me, John. That'd be
two.
me.
What's the position of your head?
That
What is that?
I'm
What is that
not
position?
aero.
staring at the stem. That's me putting in as much effort as I can on the front.
What was your heart rate at this point in time?
Oh, about, I don't know, 120,
power?
130.
In your power?
Pretty,
you actually
pretty
driving
low.
it?
Because
Or was it
if-
just for the photo?
The one thing that you'll notice here is that someone actually had to take this
Yeah.
photo,
Yeah.
and they were just riding
I
along.
thought it was on the end of your pool noodle.
normally. Yeah, my little.
So the thing is that
Little
not only,
selfie stick.
not only are you taking photos of yourself, all in blue,
Yep.
and then putting them all up one by one, all, almost looking exactly the same
I
on
have
your
my own
Instagram.
photographer coming
but you
along with
you
me.
actually also make other people take pictures of you.
Yep.
In this case, you've let,
And I don't-
you've
and I
let
don't pay
yourself
them.
down. You've got a guy wearing red and white in the
So
background
you are
of that
getting
one.
a bargain
I know,
if you're not
but
paying them. That's
if
good.
you notice this guy at the back, he is actually on a Cannondale System 6 Team
Oh.
Edition,
Oh.
brand new, matching our Jekyll Cannondale at the front, which has been lent to us by Worralls to have a look at.
Okay.
Great. Good piece of
Are we,
information.
are we,
Nicely
are we
rounded
doing
up.
anything with the Cannondale?
I'm just admiring it.
It's
Lovely.
beautiful.
Hey, so tell us about your riding and riding wise.
Yeah, let's find out how many hours we've had. How many hours you had in the saddle this week, Roadie?
Go on, Paige.
Well, on the Zwift.
No.
Are you a
Ooh.
Zwifter or are you roadie? Are you
Yes.
doing more on the Zwift?
No.
Saddle time.
No,
No,
I think
no,
you're doing. Are you
no.
sure?
Done a couple of hours today, did an
Oh.
hour yesterday,
Jeepers.
and I also did a run.
Run doesn't count. We don't want to hear about.
45 minutes.
Are you,
So three. So one week, 3 hours.
Yes.
Can you beat it?
yeah, I have. I've done 4. Can you believe it? And yeah, it's
On the
quite
road?
satisfying probably. It's probably the only week I'll beat you.
There we go.
And yes, it's been on the road.
A victory for Paige. Thank you very much to Worralls and Giltrap Skoda Newmarket for having us.
Thank you, John.
Time to say goodbye.
Thank you, John.
See you next week on the Ride Live.